Nolan Baumgartner could still be playing hockey.
Well, again, he's a rookie coach, so it was a learning process for him. Just learning the timeline, when meetings are, when you do this, when you do that. But he's, he worked hard in the summer before the season even started, knowing the systems for editing, our system software for editing games to show guys. But he's done a great job, and being the great personality he is, he's a great liaison that the players can come to. They don't have to always go to the head coach. Most players are afraid of the head coach. So I think that's part of being an assistant coach. You've got to be that in between, and the guys can talk to him, and he can bring it to the coach. But he's done a great job. We talked about this, that it was a great opportunity for him. He was getting towards the end of his career. Do I think he could have played more years? Yep, he feels the same way. But that opportunity might not have been on the table for him, say another year or two down the line. And I think he did the right thing by going into coaching. There's a ton of players that retire every year, and they try to get into coaching and they can't find anything. And this was offered up to Nolan because of the type of guy he is, and he's going to work hard at everything he does. And we talked about the time commitment. You go from being a player, you show up, you're at the rink for 3 or 4 hours a day. Everything's done for you. The video's done. Your laundry's hanging. Everything's there. But coaches, you're in way early before the players, and you're staying way later.
And Nolan agrees. He sees potential in where he's going in this game, and he knows he can still learn some things.
It's been a huge learning experience for myself. Just stepping in out of being playing and then coming into coaching. And at first it wasn't a struggle, but there was a lot to do and just trying to learn a bunch of stuff. And then as the year progressed, started catching on how to watch games from the bench. I found myself watching the D a lot, but not the whole game, and I was missing quite a bit. But as the season wore on, Arnie gave me some tips on how to watch a game from the bench, and I used those and watching video and all that, and I got used to doing that. So it got a lot easier going forward and how to pick stuff out quickly during a game, so when you get questions on the bench, you have the answers for the players and don't look like you're not watching it.
And it isn't just from Arneal that Nolan has taken some lessons. His former teammates have helped him out a bit too.
I was watching the D a lot, but now then I started when I got the tips from Arnie how to watch the game and away from the puck and watching the forwards and what they do. I knew what they did when I played, but not as specific as I do now. So I think that really helped out a lot, just being able to be at that end of the bench, hear what they say on the bench, how they talk to each other, and then really watching how they play the game. And it helps. I mean, you see the game live and you come in the next day and watch it again. You do pick up a lot of stuff, and I don't know, I think that right there in itself will help me going forward as a coach.
The first part of the year, it was really weird seeing Bomber in the, not in full gear on the ice, but just because we all played with him last year. But as the season went on and he was, kind of getting down guys, on the bench and stuff, and we know how well he knows the game, and I think just the part he played in terms of the pre-scout videos and stuff, that's whenever he really took over as a coach for us. And yeah, almost around the same time as the lockout ended, So it's a good thing for Bomber. He's a great coach, and guys still look up to him in the locker room.
There's always good cop, bad cop, and I'm one of the good cops. So it's somewhere where, I still have to build the confidence up in the guys, and sometimes guys get away from that. They have a bad game, and you got to go to them and just show them a little bit of video or what have you, and they can just go from there. Just give them some tips that maybe I did when I played or what have you, and try to just get them comfortable for the next game. They have to have the ability to, if you have a bad shift or a bad game, just park that somewhere and go on and play. I mean, the game happens fast, and you can't have players worrying about a mistake they made in their last shift or their last game. We need them at the top of their game for the next one. So
we've been out here how long now? We've been doing this for what, 15?
I've been out on this half.
Okay.
This new role hasn't been easy. There are some tough parts when it comes to coaching.
I think it's safe to say now that he's past all that. I think that he got hit with the again, all those stuff we talked about, the NHL being here, they're not being going, and the other players being here. He got a different kind of feel for it. All the numbers, sort of a, really was a different start from it. Wasn't real smooth and easy for anybody, for any coaches or players. So he probably got hit, those first couple of months, he got hit him pretty hard. But I think now he's past that. The players have, there's no more, he's almost a player, he's almost a coach scenario. To all of them, I'm pretty sure that Baumer's a coach, and they recognize that he puts the work in. They see the work that he puts in, is whether it's video presentations, the meetings that he does, how he handles a practice, a drill, whether he's talking to players individually about how they need to do things, whether it's on the bench or in the room. I think his honeymoon is over, and they know now that he has the qualities, and he has he's learned along the way to become a good coach, and he's figured it out this year, and I think those players respect him now.
I think as a player, when you win and lose, especially when you lose, you think about it, that night, and then you got to, just like I said earlier, you have to put it behind you right away. I think as a coach, you carry it a little longer because you saw the game live, and you come in the next day, you do scoring chances, so you watch the game again, and you see some stuff, and you kind of get mad about it, but that's where you have to remedy stuff. You have to go back and start teaching the guys again, and there's some things that we missed, maybe our systems, some guys forgot how to play the system, who knows, and so I think you take a little bit harder, you carry it for a few more days than you would probably as a player.
Still, this game has given life to Nolan's career, and he's returned the favor on the ice, and now behind the bench too.
I didn't know if I was going to like coaching coming into the year, what I was going to do after the year, all that kind of stuff. But I've really enjoyed my time as a coach, and this is something that I thought about when I was playing and that I wanted to do. I love the game of hockey. I love watching it. I love studying it, and so being on this side of it now, it proved to me that it's a great job. It's the closest you can be to being a player to the game. And I don't think I'd ever go back and pass this opportunity up again. I think it was the right choice to retire and step into this side of it, and I'm really happy with that. And going forward, I'm going to stick with it. I think it's something that I want to do for the rest of my career, in hockey. There's other things that do interest me, like general manager would be great. I think that was something that would interest me in the future, but right now it's just being a coach and being around the guys and coaching and teaching the guys on how to play the game is something I enjoy and I have a passion for.